13th. No, it's the 18th. I said, well, you
My
made
birthday
it the
was
13th.
the 18th. Or my birthday is it was yesterday.
That's not the point.
You called me on the day it wasn't my birthday, and then you texted me on the day it was my birthday.
It's not. I only texted you that because you threw the guilt at me.
the guilt of you didn't call, Bill.
I called him last week to wish him happy birthday. Instead of going, oh man, Bill's the first one and he's early. He goes, hate to inform you, dude. My birthday's on the 18th. And I'm like, it's in my calendar, it's the 13th. And he says, well, it's wrong. I said, well, maybe you're wrong and make your birthday the 13th.
We got to talk about this on the air because, are we recording? Oh, well, I'm glad. How much of that did we get?
We got to the part where he said my birthday was the 13th, and I said, no, Bill, it was
No.
the 18th.
I did not say it. It's in my calendar as Maury's birthday on February 13th. I called you, and before you even, not even gratifyingly that I called you.
I was so excited.
You're like, oh man, that's so great. It's next week, you loser. Write it down in your book. And I said, maybe your book's wrong.
maybe my parents are wrong this whole... Bill, do you know something I don't? Are you my biological father?
I know last week that you're lucky I called you or you reminded your birthday this week after that stupid movie that screwed up my whole week.
Welcome, everyone listening to the Magic Through Wrestling podcast. You're joining us in the middle of an argument, and I got to chime in on this because I got to tell you, right? So I have
You're on my side.
I'm on your. Well, yes, but I'm on one of my best friends. His name is John. Okay, I've known this kid since we were literally in elementary school together, or middle school. Well, in my calendar when we were a kid, in my calendar, and I had an NBA calendar, it had hit John's birthday on June 12th. June 12th.
Birthday.
Right, birthday. So I called John on June 12th, and I'm like, John, happy birthday. And he's like, thank you. It was the 2nd of June. I'm like, no, John, your birthday's definitely the 12th. I have it in my calendar. You're wrong. So every year, for the last 20 years or more, I called him on June 12th to wish him a happy birthday.
And he still says,
it's the 2nd.
Thank you.
Yes, he does.
I didn't get a thank you.
I said thank
You
you.
didn't get a thank you.
I'm pretty
He
sure
goes,
I said
you
thank you.
can try this again next week.
Yeah,
and then the next thing I heard was click.
Oh, you know what?
I did prematurely hang up, but I didn't mean to.
So, you know what? I have a new name for Maury. You know, because we have Bill, we have Jimmy or Frank, right? And now we have a new name for Maury. Maury's new name, Richard.
Richard Cranium.
Richard Cranium. That is Maury's new name. Welcome to the Magic of Wrestling podcast. It's great to be back. We have a great episode in store. Did I tell you Maury's got a segment for us?
Mr. Richard.
Yeah. And
We discussed this no segment thing.
Oh, yeah. Maury has a segment, and he's got it queued up, I think. Maury, do you have it queued up? Okay, he does. He's like, yeah.
Wait a minute. You two did this again this week?
We did this again.
Again with the...
Is it the one I sent you later?
Crystal.
Or is it the one you wanted?
I didn't see the one that...
air.
I didn't see the one that you sent me later. By the way, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I don't care either one.
Let's do that one because it'll be quicker.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, well.
The other one is like...
I'm not...
Okay, so while they're talking, I'm just going to talk over them. They're discussing this. One's looking at the phone going, yeah, let's do that one. The other one's pointing to him. We're in the same room, and it's like, this is the most ridiculous thing I've ever done.
You know what the most ridiculous...
So wait a minute. You just go, oh, Maury's got a segment, let's go do it.
You know what the most ridiculous thing ever is?
Socks.
Why are socks the most ridiculous?
Because.
Okay, I got you.
Because what good are socks when they come in sizes? I have a size 13 shoe.
Me too.
But socks come in 10 to 12 or 13 to 15. But you can't get 13 to 15 because no one carries them. So you get 10 to 12, the little shits come off the back of your heels when you're walking.
Yep.
Socks makes no difference.
Maury, what time is it real quick? How much time in the podcast is it?
4 minutes in.
4 minutes in, Bill has already said shit. We are.
I did?
You did, just now.
You know,
The
speaking of
little shits.
socks, the other day I got publicly humiliated because I wore a pair of Looney Tunes socks, okay? But I wear a size 15.
Self-explanatory.
I wear a size 15. So I'm walking and I had my
Wait a
legs
minute, you
crossed.
cannot man up Looney Tunes socks by saying, I wear size 15.
Hey.
You're wearing cartoon socks.
You know what?
I was wearing cartoon socks and somebody said, hey, what's that smudge on your sock? And I said, oh, it's a little pixelated because I have bigger feet. And they said, oh, you shouldn't have wore those. It looks really stupid.
Well, the fact that you haven't wore Looney Tunes
How does
socks.
socks look pixelated?
Because they stretch whenever they're too big.
Then you have fat feet.
I do have fat feet, but I can't
Then
find...
why are you wearing the socks? You made my point for me.
I got your situation, the 10 to 12.
I don't have fat feet.
They're bigger than the allotted
I got
sizes.
small socks.
You know what they say about big socks?
Fat feet.
Big gloves.
My hands are more average sized, but
Children-sized hands.
Is this the segment?
This is not the segment.
no.
This is not the segment. Maury wants to watch a moment in time.
Oh, Bull Nakano?
He wants a moment in time with Bill DeMott.
All right.
Okay, so he's going to pull up a match right now.
I want to know the match before we talk about it.
It is your first match.
With Hulk Hogan?
It's your first
Hulk
WCW
Hogan.
Nitro match.
Hugh Morris.
That's not my first Nitro match.
It's the first one on the network.
Well,
I don't care. It's not my first Nitro match.
What was your first Nitro match, Bill?
I don't know, but
Are you sure it wasn't your... Because I see that you wrestled Saturday nights, but this is the first one that came up.
Could be. You know what? I defer to any wrestling historians.
Gary Miller, if you're listening,
I
need to know.
I have no idea.
Bill
So
DeMott's first
I'm a super
Nitro.
fan. I'm not a super historian. I'm like midway.
I gotta be honest
And-
with you. I don't know if that's my first Nitro or not.
Okay, well, it's the first one that
regardless,
comes up
on November
on...
27th, 1995, Sting teams with Lex Luger to take on Brian Pillman and Arn Anderson in the main event. Hulk Hogan goes up against Hugh Morris.
And Morris is spelled wrong.
And Morris is spelled wrong.
I was wondering about that. Why did they do
WWE
that?
Network right now, if you're listening, Morris is spelled wrong. So if you're searching it, you want to watch at home, WCW Monday Nitro, November 27th, 1995.
This is on the network?
It's
On the network.
All right, so what do you want to do? Play-by-play it?
No, we don't have to play with play. Let's
We're
just...
just gonna talk
we don't
about
have
it
to
as it
watch the
happens?
whole thing.
It's a Hulk Hogan match. It was a whole 4 minutes.
So my thought was how cool it would be, and I thought it was cool that you had such a big time opponent for really on the network. It's your first WCW Nitro match. So if you queued it up, we have Hugh Morris coming out right now through the entrance. Do you remember this?
Do I remember the entrance?
Do you remember this night?
No.
But you remember you were fighting Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, how did you feel?
I'll tell you
being...
I'll tell you what I remember. What I do actually remember is the fact that before this happened, Beefcake, Hulk was on one side of the arena, and all the boys and everybody were dressing on the other side of the arena. And Beefcake came and got me and said, "The big man wants you." So I took the long walk around the arena into Hulk's dressing room, and I sat there and waited for him. And it was very simple. Can you do that thing? You do. Yeah.
The moonsault?
Can you do it and not hurt me? I'll never touch you. Okay, do it.
Wow,
And he dismissed me.
that's cool. That
And I walked out, and I walked back to the thing, and I went, well, shit, we're going to screw this up.
How did you
Look
feel
at Babyface.
I know.
He's all clean shaven.
I know.
Did that scare you? Would it scare
No,
you?
nothing.
a little bit?
No, nothing scared me. I acted. I'm trying to watch this match and trying to feel it again. I'll tell you exactly what I think is going on right now. I'm turning into a big wrestling fan as he's doing the hand to the ear,
Yep.
Right.
and I'm going to turn into that. I think my biggest fear in this match is I'm about to play wrestler because it's Hulk Hogan.
Right. He just threw the shirts at you.
So
Now
instead
he's
of
right.
jumping on him and kicking the crap out of him, I'm going, this is great.
And you're trying to square up with him. I love the hair too. The
Nobody,
big mullet.
the funny part was, all the guys, they never knew what to do with me, so I just would do stupid stuff. One time with Sting, I went down to all fours and started laughing, and Sting went down to all fours and started laughing with me.
That's great.
That's
especially coming
awesome.
from Sting.
See, the build of now would never have taken a bump there.
Why?
He's not bigger than me.
Oh, okay, got it. So more of the psychological aspect.
So I'm playing wrestler. It's Hulk
Right,
Hogan and
right.
Hugh Morris.
Right.
I'm quote unquote up and comer. He's a legend.
Right.
But to be honest, it was kind of cool to.
Just be in the ring.
I mean-
Jeez, come on, man.
I mean, this is one of your overall first WCW matches. So how cool was it to
Early
be
in
able
your
to
WCW career.
go into the ring with him that quickly?
Good. I think as you learn lessons along the way, that's like one of those things. Like what would the 54-year-old Hugh Morris tell the 35-year-old Hugh Morris. Oh, just go eat their lunch and make them pay for it, you know. My whole thing was I was a bumper, and I made sure I never hurt anyone. That was my thing. I'd punch you, I'd beat you, I'd kick you, but I'd never hurt anyone. And my whole thing was I was a pretty easy to deal with kind of guy.
Now, Bill, I don't know a lot about, actual ring work, but you come off the ropes just there in that segment, right? Did you lead with your left foot or right foot? Or is there a specific way?
You know, when people are trained, they go, oh, which way's right? I think you learn one way. And I want to say if you're learning one way, it's always your right foot should be up. But once you become accustomed to what you're doing, it's however you feel comfortable moving.
Right.
And I tell everybody that. Like, hey, if we're just learning the business, here's how I want you to do it. Until you become comfortable, your footwork's down, now move any way you want. Because I couldn't tell you. Agility, boys. Boom.
Look at that.
There you go. Right off the top rope. But
and now you're putting the boots to
the worst boots ever.
Yeah, those are actually
those boots wouldn't kill an anthill.
And we're laughing again.
I love your character. I've always loved your character. I love it
because it's so...
It reminds me of the
That
Joker
was the best
movie.
part of the whole match. Is the rake in the back.
Yeah.
You saw the Iron Sheik do it. You saw Bob Backlund do it. You saw, Sergeant Slaughter do it. All these things. So when you rake the back.
Oh, we're going to the top rope. Now, Bill, the you're holding up one finger.
First of all, I just want to say, that's right. I slammed Hulk Hogan.
You did slam Hulk Hogan.
Now look how close I put him.
Right.
Headbutt.
Yeah, you overshot, but you did it on purpose.
I didn't overshoot him. I headbutted him.
Ah. Genius.
One, he's kicking out of my finish. Do I give him my full finish?
No.
No.
Wow.
So I headbutt him. A, take care of him. B, wasn't really my finish.
Right, because it was
That's
headbutt,
really
not
smart.
You just did it. But here's the thing. What's going through your mind right now?
Oh, this is the best thing ever because I watched this when I was coming into wrestling. Whoa! 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 Grab the hand! Eat the boot! Never put your hands up!
He didn't give you a very good boot.
No, he was very genteel.
Did he like working with you? Because
yes.
You're such a big guy.
Because
you made him look so good.
So we do all this. You think that's the worst part? That was the easy part. I go back to the dressing room, back to the locker room, getting changed. Like, okay, that was really cool. We're going to shower, go to the next town, whatever. Here comes Beefcake. The big man wants to see you. Oh,
how long were you in the back before he said
about
that?
About 25 minutes. Go back, walk around the thing. He comes out with 2 Schlitz. We sit there and have a beer and we talk for a minute. Thanking me for, just lack of a better term, protecting them. And
let's look at that clothesline.
The replay of the clothesline.
But, those...
Here's the big boot. Yeah, he was very gentle.
Those things are cool.
You put your face right into that.
You put your hands up, it makes you a girl.
That's...
I never put my hands up for anything.
I like how he didn't hook the leg, so you decided to kick out after 3. I noticed that. I'm like, he did that on purpose.
But, anytime I got to one... But I got to run with those guys, like my first 6 months in WCW. I was running with Savage on the live events for the Love of Pete.
That had to have been awesome.
So I'm running Savage, Sting, and Hogan. And everybody's asking them, is he safe? Is he safe? Is he safe? Oh, yeah. So then everybody, okay.
Were they worried because you were so big?
Well, I had a reputation in Japan and Mexico and stuff.
My cats are going crazy. That's why Bill just made the cat noise.
But, and it sounds funny to say, I knocked somebody's dick in the dirt. I can throw bones. So everybody knew it, and it's, let's just play nice. Let's play nice. I don't care. Play nice, don't play nice. You don't want to play nice, that's it. I don't care. No. Some guys go, I want to lay down. Okay, let's man up.
Put your hair up and square up.
No, Bill had to let the mullet flow.
Yeah, he did. It was a good look for Bill.
But it wasn't even like it fell to the sides. Usually it was just straight back in this ponytail.
So, Bill, what did you think? There was a little taste of what I wanted to do. What do you think about the watch-along segment?
I think it's pretty cool. I don't watch my stuff anymore.
Okay, well, he suggested something else completely, but I thought that was a cool way to start it.
So we were talking about, right, if we're going to watch along, right, not something that you've done, only because you lived it, right? I want to pick a segment, pick a match, a clip, or something.
A promo.
And, something about what's going through people's minds as they are watching this live, right? So my first one that came to mind is a shocking moment, a deserving moment, a good WrestleMania moment, but one that threw a lot of people for a loop and left you like, wait, what just happened? And it's Zack Ryder winning the Intercontinental title in the ladder match, WrestleMania, in Dallas a couple of years ago.
And that's what we're watching next week?
That's what we're going to watch next week. I want to talk about that. And I love Zack Ryder. I think he's a great guy or a great worker, and I'm a Zack Ryder fan. So Zack, if you're listening, right, we'll plug his podcast, the Major Wrestling Podcast, all the action figures and whatnot. But I remember watching it, I'm like, oh my God, Zack Ryder just won the Intercontinental title at WrestleMania. Zack Ryder just won the Intercontinental title at WrestleMania? What just happened? Great moment.
And didn't his dad come in the ring too?
Great.
It was
really
awesome.
Cool. But it was Bill's laughing.
I'll save it for next week.
Okay, that's gonna be next week. So have your WWE Network ready.
Yeah.
But I thought that was cool. I thought it was a cool segment, a cool.
That was cool. That was a cool
glimpse
segment.
into Bill's past, and
that was a cool.
I love watching your stuff.
It was terrible. What was terrible about that, because you take care of, the Hulkster. So I'll give you a funny story about that. So I'm the new guy in the company, Dungeon of Doom. Nobody really knows me. They're getting to know me. That year I get invited to, now when was that match? In January?
No, November.
So I got invited to Hogan's Christmas party. So at my house comes this big envelope. Gold trimmed envelope.
Do you still have the envelope?
Oh, I still have the invitation. Open the envelope, but it's an invitation. It's this big Christmas card. But it's this beautiful, like gold lame, really well-to-do card. I'm like, what the hell? And it's an invitation to his Christmas party.
Wow.
And I'm going, what the hell is this? And I'm looking at it going, whoa. I can't go to that. I'm just Bill. And it's got to be a mistake. I didn't go.
Oh.
Don't owe me. I didn't go.
You're crushing us.
And I was put in front of a firing squad.
Because you didn't go to Hulk Hogan.
Where are you in the damn?
Did you get called out in the locker room?
No. Just by a chosen few pulled me to the side. Like, where the hell were you? And I just stuck to my gun and said, fellas, let's be honest. I don't know if it was a rib or not. I'm the new kid on the block. I got no skin in the game. So I didn't think it was my place to just, you got a freaking handwritten invitation. I was like, oh, shit.
So what is
Was it signed Hulk Hogan or signed
HH?
Terry and Linda.
It was like Terry and Linda? Oh.
So what was the etiquette in wrestling? Because, you invite somebody to a party, but everybody lives in different areas.
No. That never happens.
Oh, wow. So that was like a really special...
This is his Christmas party. This is his group.
Wow.
These are his boys. These are the people that he surrounds himself.
So do you regret not going?
Oh, I absolutely regretted when I didn't go. But here's my whole career in a nutshell. I grew up in the business, learning, respect, and earning your place and all these other things. So I knew wherever I went, including later on years after WCW, even going to WWF at the time, you have to earn your spot. And I didn't feel like I was there, so I was doing it the way I thought it should be done. I feel like if I would have done things the way I knew how to do them, things probably would have turned out a little bit different somewhere down the line. But I wasn't that guy. I stayed true to my...
Was there also the whole thing with, you were a heel, you shouldn't have been there?
No, this is Christmas party. This was a personal day of...
So all that goes out the window.
That's out the window.
Wow.
Because I got it from all kinds of guys. That's guys that never even talked to me before go, what the... I'm like,
So,
laughing man. And they go, this guy is crazy.
So that's some questions, right? So we caught up on Bill's first segment, but we didn't really catch up on the week. Bill, what did you do this week? Do you have anything?
We had a lot of networking. This was a networking week. A lot of foundation stuff.
Right.
A lot of good things down the pike. Other than that, status quo.
Okay.
How about you?
So teaching a lot this week. Finally you can hear I'm not coughing as much as I was last episode. I'm finally really over the hump of my asthma and the flu, and it really knocked a lot out of me, but I'm good. I'm back. I'd say I'm about 99%. I'm right there, and I'm ready to hit the gym again and get in. Matt, you're listening. I told you I'd be there soon. But it's been good. Teaching. Oh, I got a little promotion. So I'll be transferred to midnight shift here on Friday. Just a little. Just a little. I'm hoping it's a full promotion come April. But we'll see. But for now, I'm excited. New group of people I'm going to work with on patrol down on midnight shift. Be running.
If you don't do anything, can you get promotion?
If you don't do anything?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
I can't get a promotion. What do I do?
I can promote you.
Like I work with me. Who promotes me?
You could be like
I can promote you. Though.
You could be the leader of this podcast.
You can be the leader.
I mean,
Okay,
you already
that
are,
segment's
but-
over. It's never coming back again.
Maury, did you?
What about you?
You do anything?
Oh man, okay. So this whole week I've been living at the gym with Mr. Matt Wichlinski at the Strength Shop. So
You're looking
that's
good, by the
nice.
way.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. The thing I'll tell you is Matt is such a great trainer. Anybody who lives in Florida, go see him. I only started about 3-4 weeks ago.
Yeah, you're looking good.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I mean, I
You're
put a
meal
lot
prepping
of.
though, right?
Wait a minute.
I go crazy on the diet.
Can we go back a second? Anybody who lives in Florida, like you telling a guy from Miami who's listening right now, come over here and train with Matt for the day?
It's a 3 hours well spent. I think.
It's 3 hours each way.
Well, then you better hope you can get your
6
workout
hours.
in
It's
in
the
only
worst
an hour.
commercial I've ever heard.
Listen, if you're in the Central Florida area, come to the Strength Shop. We're gonna let. Okay, Maury, you're done talking.
If you guys ever visit Stanford, come to Florida and train with Matt.
That's right. Maury, you're done talking.
Hey, it was my birthday yesterday. Okay,
It was your
we go.
birthday. Happy
Bill?
birthday, Maury.
Thank you.
And
I texted
you
him.
did. You were the first. You know what's funny though?
He's the first one to call me
He
too.
was the first one to
technically.
call, but actually, I got a call for you on your behalf for your birthday.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, hold on. So I got this right here for you. We're going to play this live on the air. I'm going to come over to you, Maury.
Interesting.
And I want you to just
Ah!
hit play there for me.
That was me burping out.
No way.
Hit play.
Hey Maury, this is Kevin Owens. Crystal, Frank, and your podcast team are telling me you just celebrated your birthday, so I wanted to send you a happy belated birthday. More importantly, they tell me you're a huge wrestling fan and a huge KO fan, which is beautiful. It's so lovely to hear. I always love hearing that, believe it or not. So thank you for that. Thanks for the support, and thanks for rooting for me. I'm told that you are a filmmaker and you host a podcast with Bill DeMott. So please tell Bill I say hi. And I hope you are fulfilled through all your creative outlets, the podcast, the filmmaking, all that stuff. As somebody creative myself, well, maybe not as creative as you, but I get my fulfillment through wrestling. Sometimes I guess I could be a little more fulfilled, but that's another topic for another time. Anyway, again, Maury, thanks for the support, and have a great day, man. Take care.
Wow. How did you guys pull that off?
It was
amazing.
Yeah. So happy
you.
birthday, Maury.
That's the greatest gift ever, man.
Well,
Thank you.
you may want to stand by a second. 'Cause
You may want to retract
we
that.
got one more thing for you, Maury. We got one more thing
What
for
are you guys doing over
For
here?
everybody here from us.
You're never going to snap and ask for water again.
Are you?
This is for you from
What is this? No way. No way. What is this? I mean, I think I know what it is.
Open
but,
that up. Open it up.
So, are you gonna
Open it up.
fill in the?
Lazy Moon Pizza.
Ladies and gentlemen, right now, Maury is opening an replica NXT Championship belt
No way.
autographed by the Undisputed Era, Rhea Ripley, Finn Balor, Tommaso Ciampa, Johnny Gargano. The belt that Bill had donated from NXT at the Keri DeMott Foundation
No way.
auction was Maury's Christmas gift. I'm sorry, Maury's birthday gift
Oh my
from
gosh.
Crystal. Everybody,
Are you serious?
I'm
right
dead
now?
serious. This is
Frank, this was like your prized possession. You won this.
No, I
Well, you
won-
bought it.
He scared every other auctioneer
I
off the lot.
threatened everybody because I knew that it was your birthday coming up and you had to
Oh
have
my
it for your birthday.
Dude, I love you so much. Thank you. Wow. I'm speechless on the air right now.
I know, that's why we had to do it on the air. That's
This
why Crystal
is-
has the professional
You owe
camera
Mama huge, dude.
out.
Oh my god, this is like I'm speechless. It's a real replica NXT belt from The Performance
It's
Center.
from the Performance Center, right? Bill picked it up from the Performance Center. It's autographed. I
Guys,
think by about 10
I'm so
people.
speechless. Like, you have no idea.
Yeah. This is all for you. The Kevin Owens video. We love you.
How did you get that?
So
Because
there's
I didn't think he does that.
he does. Everybody has a price. So
Yeah.
there's a website called Cameo where you have people that can
Billy Gunn's on there.
Billy Gunn's
And
on there.
Bill
DeMott.
DeMott. You're the main event in this
I
conversation.
should have got Bill DeMott to Cameo for you for your birthday.
Yeah, that would have been so much better.
So
I could have stayed home and just sent a video.
So
Guys, thank
I
you.
booked Kevin Owens as Cameo for you to
Bro.
I love you guys.
Bro.
Wow. I'm pointing at my wife right now because, wow.
Bro. It don't get better than that.
It does. I love her. She's
I will
great.
send you the video so you will always have Kevin Owens.
What a good guy.
Was that
What
appropriate to put on the air?
What a good guy.
Yeah, I don't. Oh yeah,
I mean, it's a cameo, so
It's a public thing.
yeah. It's
Okay.
going on his Cameo.
What a
Yeah,
good
you
guy.
can share.
Yeah.
Yo, Kevin Owens fan, Bill. KO fan.
I'm a Kevin Steen fan. I'm a fan of the man Kevin. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Kevin Owens, the wrestler, big fan. Kevin the man, the father, that I'm a huge fan of. He won me over many years ago.
and he lives somewhere around here.
Yeah.
He's at Disney a lot.
He came back.
Downtown
I mean, he
Orlando
had the
a lot.
opportunity to go back to Canada, you know, where he's from. But we did Special Olympics years ago. We did the plane pull right when KO came to the Performance Center, and he brought his son at the time, who was just a little guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sitting there, you know, we're putting this big thing together, and we're pulling this plane, and to watch him with his son.
Right.
I'm like, that's it. That's it for me. A measure of a man is with his kids and his family, and you know, you can wrestle great, but he's a good guy, and I think the world of him, and I think that was really cool. He did that.
Did you? Yeah, that was. Oh my! I love you guys. You guys are the best. Especially, you know, it's been a rough couple months. Me, I lost a cousin, an aunt, and my grandma all since Thanksgiving. So, my birthday was great yesterday. You know, my wife obviously worked, so
How old are you now?
31.
That's ridiculous. Y'all are like 31, 32.
Hey, how
35.
No wonder I need a nap.
Bill, how old were you whenever you faced Hulk? Because I don't remember.
What
that.
year was it?
95?
95. I was 30.
You were 30?
I'm 54 years old.
It's crazy. Like, okay, so this is going to be the controversial, and somebody's
Oh,
going to be
Lord.
pissed. but-
Uh-oh.
Oh shit.
So, like, you were 30 in that, and you looked like a manly man, right? Like, you looked like a man. I feel like I'm 31 and I
calling
look
you
like
fat.
a kid still.
Was it a fat
I
thing?
think he was.
I don't think it was a fat.
I think he was calling you fat. I think. Listen, if you're listening right now, I want you to chime in. I want you to comment on Facebook or Twitter
I liked
or Instagram. Tell us if Maury was just calling Bill fat. I
No,
think
I'm
the
saying
answer
it
is
was a
yes.
compliment.
I liked
Kevin Owens,
the
if you're
long
listening.
tights for years. And I wore the long tights for years. And at no point in my career up until the early 2000s could I have gone into trunks. But I always wore tights, and they said, put on a singlet, it'll really make you look bigger. Now, you can't tell anything, you know, how much weight I lift there and all that stuff, but that's a 600-pound bench press. It's 800-pound squats, all these things. And to look like that, so I didn't mind the, you know, I've always been thick, so I didn't mind it. And then after a while, like, singlets are going to make you look so much bigger. And I felt like I lost something in the singlet.
So is that why you went to just the tights?
Well, no, I had the tights first, and then the singlet.
Oh, okay.
They suggested the singlets.
I like you in just the tights.
Yeah, I like the tights. It wasn't bad.
And then
But I was 30 there. Yeah.
wow. No, it was really cool because you were such a big guy. You had the mullet. You just looked like a manly kind of man.
It wasn't a mullet.
What was that?
That
It was kind of a mullet.
That was a
Only when
mullet.
it was wet, it was a mullet.
Yeah, that was a mullet. Bill.
Otherwise, it was a mohawk.
Yeah, that was. Now, were you with Lacey at that point in time?
In 95, no. No.
So, you know, let's see what else we have on the network here, right? We got, you know...
No, we did the segment.
No, I don't want to say, but I'm looking at other things, right? Like, I see John Cena, I see Ruthless Aggression, which we hear Cena's coming back for Mania.
I don't care. I just saw on the thing, someone posted on the Twitter machine, the original picture from the original crew of the Performance Center.
I saw
I'm
something.
photoshopped out of it.
On the network?
Are you?
I'm photoshopped out of it. No, on the Twitter.
You gotta be kidding me.
No. I'm photoshopped out of it, and I never make a comment. I never say anything. And I went, well, that's amazing. Photoshop's a great thing.
How are you photoshopped?
They took me out of it like I never existed.
You were even mentioned in the Hall of Fame by Billy Gunn.
By Billy Gunn.
That's because you.
Yeah. Well, I was just watching a video of Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae. They were up in the headquarters for Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
And they went to Triple H's office, and they showed I guess a private feed that he has at the Performance Center. But there's, I guess, a glass cabinet where there's memorabilia and whatnot.
Yeah.
And I looked, and they had pictures of the Performance Center. But the camera panned pretty quickly. It looked like it was early. And I'm like, I want to see, do I see Bill in any of those pictures? But I couldn't make anything out.
Nope, they photoshopped me right out of it.
Who posted it?
Jason Ayers, my buddy, the referee.
Oh, wow.
So now they're going to make me.
Go on the Twitter.
Maybe they were.
Well, no, they're gonna make Bad Bill come out.
What they should have done was, if they were going to Photoshop you, have your solo photo just everywhere.
Here it is, right here.
Let's take a look.
Hold on.
What did you type in to find it? Like WWE, WWE?
No. It was on the
NXT?
Twitter. Somebody.
But I mean, like in Twitter, what is it under? If a fan wants to look it up, we're going to start a damn riot.
WWE on BT Sport, and it says the inaugural class at the WWE Performance Center. And so I looked at the picture and I went, wow, I remember that day. And there I was standing.
Wow. Okay, I see it too. There's a red background there. Where were you at? Were you all the way on the left? If somebody's
I was
pulling
in the
up
middle.
by the guy in the white.
See the guy leaning on the ropes?
Yeah,
That's Canyon
that's Sami
Seaman.
Zayn.
That's Canyon Seaman in the middle.
That looks like
In the
Sami Zayn.
ring.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Right above Sami Zayn.
I
Right
don't know.
above
You
him.
guys got the picture in front of you. I don't have it in front of me.
Yeah, right above
That's
Sami
way too
Zayn.
far.
So you were in between there, because there is a
Yeah.
bit of a gap.
Yeah.
That's some
Yeah.
bullish.
How did
So-
they
I don't get
Matter
that.
of fact, Billy Gunn's photoshopped out of that as well, too, because he was there.
Man, I definitely see a lot of people. I do not.
You
see
know what's
Bill
funny?
Gunn.
They didn't fully look like they fully photoshopped you, because if you look right above the second rope on the guy's pants, it looks like he's wearing all black pants, but it looks like they left something of you on there. Do you
I
see
find that
that?
very interesting. You know what I always find? That's when the Bad Bill in my head comes out and goes, let's see, I haven't cleared out my file cabinet yet.
Oh, I always told you that file cabinet has a book written in there somewhere.
That file cabinet has more than a book.
Hey.
That's crazy that they would have photoshopped you out like that.
I find that highly. Lacey gets mad when they leave me out of the history of NXT and the Performance Center, and I tell her don't sweat it. But that picture being when they take me out of the picture, now that's a little.
Yeah,
That's a little bit of a kick in the nuts.
Who would make that call?
It comes from above.
Comes from above. Okay.
But-
So you can take me out of the history all you want.
Yeah, but you can't rewrite history. Although they've tried to rewrite history with a handful of things,
Well, listen.
you cannot rewrite history.
If they can't get rid of Benoit, they can get rid of anybody else,
It's,
which I'm a huge fan of.
It's all I know is somebody doesn't want to go down that
And you've
they don't
been,
want to go down that alley with me.
for all the people that left, like, you've been so awesome. Like, you don't say anything controversial. You're very involved in your
There's
foundation.
nothing controversial.
You stay in the
to say.
mansion all day.
In the mansion.
You know what?
You come over here, you see my cats right above your head.
Freaking cats.
That cat is going to jump on your head.
I'll tell you right now, on air, I will eat that cat's face.
That cat is looking at you lovingly. The cat is also looking like it's in your face. It's also now looking like there's, I don't know. But you know what I've missed? And I've not had.
Sugar-free Dr. Pepper.
No.
That's demonic possession right there. Because
I have not had,
sugar-free Dr.
I have
Pepper.
not heard a hashtag. I have not heard a Bill hashtag.
We didn't get there yet. We got to all the stupid
It's got to
wrestling.
build. Like, like the Hulk Hogan with the.
You went to the
sword.
wrestling thing, then you went to the big lovey-dovey moment with the birthday that was supposed to be a week earlier.
Yeah, what? His birthday's supposed to be the 13th.
And now it's like we
Yes.
had this big kumbaya moment, and now it's like, are we done
Yeah,
yet?
we're actually friends now, so we can't even.
What are we supposed to talk about now?
No, we're gonna listen. We have things to talk about. Mania is coming up. We are right around the corner.
we just did wrestling.
We are right around the corner for WrestleMania. Okay, we have some new matches that are state.
I have 1 week left on my job description.
You have one.
Don't think for a minute that I didn't quit.
We have AJ Styles and The Undertaker, which is now looking like that may shape up there. Bill's not happy, I know. Do you think AJ can bring a good match out of Taker?
I don't care.
Bill doesn't care.
I
That's right.
absolutely have no interest in that whatsoever.
Seeing another Taker match.
Seeing AJ Styles against the Undertaker does nothing for me.
I'd like to see if you could pick as somebody to face AJ Styles at WrestleMania. Maury, who would it be?
Adrian Adonis.
If somebody faced him, oh man, you know what? I tell you what they should do is they should bring up like Adam Cole versus AJ Styles. Oh my god.
Why?
I'm just saying 2 great athletic guys. Bring up somebody from NXT.
Why?
Because let him make a star out of
But
somebody.
that's not what WrestleMania is for. That's what ROH is for. Let's put this guy in with this guy. Be a great kickmaster. This great stuff.
What about Dijakovic? That would be sick. Because that guy's a
Against who?
AJ Styles.
In WrestleMania?
I'm just trying to think of a good, compelling match.
It's your magic. You can't put no asses in seats.
Keep saying, keep giving him matches, Maury.
Alexa Bliss, I don't know. I'm going to get my...
Jesus Christmas. How do you put Dijakovic in WrestleMania?
That guy is going to be a huge star. Maybe not this year, but...
What is WrestleMania for? It's for huge stars.
They don't have him.
Then don't keep Dijakovic against...
This
Oh
podcast
my
is back.
God.
We are back. I love
We're
it.
back.
I love it. Yo, WrestleMania in Hollywood next year, WrestleMania 37.
Bill road trip.
No.
We can't get Bill to road trip to Tampa.
I
You
know.
think he's going to go to California?
No.
Although I did like the little day. I like the little seating in the plan, where Roman says, hey, maybe it's time that, Dwayne and Roman get in on,
No.
The Rock and Roman Reigns. You know what I see?
Nothing.
I see asses and seats. In Hollywood, California, The Rock versus Roman Reigns, I will get on a plane.
I'll go with you.
Fly
First
to
of all,
California.
you just lied.
You're right. I'm not-
To the 42 listeners we have.
For those of you who missed previous episodes, Frank does
doesn't
not
I
fly.
do not fly. Right. I will road trip to California. I'll leave today because it's going to take me about a year to get there.
Yeah. No. So, April 18th.
April 18th. Not Maury's birthday.
April 18th.
April 18th.
You're getting in the car with me.
We're going to we're
The
going to do
80s WrestleCon.
Let's go it. Let's do it.
Come on. Tell me you wouldn't die for 10 RCD.
Listen.
Honky Tonk
I'd be
Man.
there in a
I
heartbeat.
love some honky tonk.
We're going April 18th.
I'm going too.
The Haiti kid.
Did he say you?
No,
He wanted
I
to
just
be,
kind of
right?
invited
Okay.
myself.
That's right. You're not. No.
Your wife would not let you go for 3 days.
She'd
I'm
be elated if I went for 3 days.
I'm driving.
Can't catch us, Phil. I can't wait for that. That'd be great, Bill. I'll go in a heartbeat.
They have the best legends of all. Guys I didn't even think were still around.
I think I saw.
I saw a
something
thing of
for
that. But hey, 80s road trip.
Freehold, New Jersey, April 18th.
Let's do it. I love road tripping. I love driving. Right.
I just want to wear my new shirt.
I'm excited for you where you're
Bill, you should take me in and take me to all the Soprano places.
Listen,
There's only 1 or 2. This convention's in Freehold, New Jersey, which is south
Okay.
towards the beach area. Which there's 1 or 2 places down there, but all the good places are like 2 hours north.
Can't have anything around. Just kidding.
You know what you can have?
What's that?
Glass of water. An espresso.
I'm not asking my wife to get
No,
that.
you're not going to ask
Brother,
your wife for shit.
You're gonna dehydrate before Mama ever brings you more water again.
So everybody who's listening, I retired. Usually on the air, I try to be polite to the listeners. So I'll give my wife the hand signal, like, "Hey, we need water."
He snaps his finger at her.
What
And-
do you realize? Like, this opens a big can of worms.
Oh, let's
The
do
hand
this.
signal. I get to be polite to people I don't know on the air.
I give them the hand
I
signal.
give my wife the hand signal.
What
Snap,
kind of-
snap, finger, this thumb and the pinky in the mouth, drinky.
Well, I was thinking, is it?
Acting like Stone Cold, throw me the beers.
I wish
You're being polite to people who can't see you, and you're snapping and not.
I feel like it sounds bad on radio if I stop and go, "Hey guys, hold on a second. Hey, babe, give me some water over here.
But that's normal.
I know.
That's
but
the same as snapping the finger. Give me some water.
Oh
Maury,
my
you're just a
gosh.
terrible human being.
She politely offered me seltzer flavored water, and I almost had a baby.
He did. You should have seen his
I was
face.
so happy.
I wish we could. Crystal says, "Hey, you want seltzer?" Bill, who was kind of slumped in the corner of the mansion, right, slumped down in the chair. Do you want seltzer? Bill sits up. It was like, "Hey, do you want $1 million?" Hey,
It's because usually my
Do
wife
you
gives us all
wanna-
the finger by the time drinks come involved because I'm already.
I will say this
insulted.
right now, untrue.
what is untrue?
Crystal never gives me the finger we want.
Yeah,
She
no.
always.
I don't know what she gives to you, but she never gives us the finger.
Right now, you keep it up. You're lucky to get
You guys
the finger.
don't snap you guys don't snap your fingers
No,
at her.
because we
That's-
respect your wife. we respect your wife.
I don't
Oh.
snap my fingers at no women's.
No.
If you're listening, I need a couch to sleep on tonight. Don't leave me out in the Florida
This is
cold.
pretty comfortable. This is pull out.
It doesn't.
No, this is pretty comfortable. Seems like
Hey,
We don't,
Well,
believe,
you're-
we don't believe in pulling out. That's so bad.
So
Do you want to take that bill or should I?
the Yankees. Huh?
How about them Yankees?
I did. Speaking of baseball,
No, I think you've spoken enough so far, Maury.
I would have
I
talked
think you
about.
I think you are done talking. You know what I do want to do? I want to plug something in the future here.
Yeah.
We've been talking about it for a while, and we have to get it done. Maybe next week. I think it's time we bring a guest in.
Do you have one?
I have two that I think we should bring in. I think we should.
Two confirmed?
Well, we can send the invitation out.
Okay.
You know, it's
The
not
one
gonna-
I don't think.
It's
I think he's going to be away.
oh,
If it's who I'm thinking.
it's probably who you're thinking. Well, we can do it another.
Here they go again with the secret square shit.
So,
Oh,
Bill,
we're gonna-
because Casey went over so well, people still are messaging us saying, "Hey, Bill's daughter is better than all of you guys."
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
bring her
let her
back.
have
She'll
the
come
show.
back.
Yeah.
Well, we wanted to take it to another step.
it's gonna be another DeMott.
Lacey can't listen. You got to book her like 4 months out.
We're gonna book Lacey and we're gonna book Paula.
I'm out. I'm sick.
Who's Billy Gunn's wife?
Gonna come in, which I gotta tell you, I have to plug Billy Gunn and the Gun Club and how amazing they are. Let me tell you what happened today. Paula, if you guys are listening, you really made somebody's day. So I got a friend of mine, he's a cop for an agency. I'm not gonna mention the agency's name.
Yeah.
Right? Cop for an agency. He texts me like, "Oh my god, fangirling! Oh my god, like Robert Campbell fangirling."
No, wait a minute. Why can't we mention the agency's name?
Only because I don't.
I love how you're hung up on the
Because
agents.
I'm going to tell you, when I tell you the story, you're going to be like, all right, maybe the agency doesn't want knowing what happened. So this cop,
But he's a cop.
he's
know
a
that.
cop, and he's fangirling probably worse than Robert Campbell because he's on a call dealing with a person. And on this call, right, this guy's getting loud, she's getting loud, and he looks up, and there's badass Billy Gunn outside the doors of this location
Today.
So the cop's like, "You will hold on right now," and tells the bad guy, "Don't go anywhere." Goes outside, fangirls over Billy Gunn, right?
Okay, don't mention it.
Yeah,
Don't
see, I
mention
told you, don't mention the agent's name. Comes back inside and finishes dealing with the bad guy,
it.
right?
You are being detained, so I can go talk to him.
That's correct. Right. So he texts me. He's like, "Oh my god, I just met badass Billy Gunn. I had like a 10-minute conversation with him."
Were you like, I know him?
I'm like, yeah, cool. He's great guy, good friend. You know, awesome. We love love Billy and Paula. Fans of the show and friends of the show. We love what they do. And so I texted Paula. I'm like, I texted her a screenshot of this conversation. So first reaction when she said, "Give me his address. I want to send him a Gun Club shirt."
Wow.
And so I texted him and I'm like, "Hey, I need your address. Here's why." And he's like, "Are you kidding me right now?" And I'm like, "Nope, this is what they want to do." He's like, "I've been a fan of his for years. I love Billy Gunn, and the fact that they want to send me a shirt, I am just floored."
Whoa.
So he says to me, "Hold on, before we piss on our Cheerios."
Whoa.
He says, "Can you get it a kid size because I want it for my son."
Whoa. I don't care if he wants it for his late grandmother. I don't
Wow.
care. I don't care if he's gonna donate to Jerry's kids. That fly-by-night Billy Gunn
Oh shit!
meets a cop he's never gonna see again, and the cop comes over and strokes his ego for 5 minutes, and Paul is gonna send this hootenanny a shirt. When I come over here to this mansion and he wears a schmedium from Don Quixote's Bamboo Lounge,
Maury is wearing a shirt that's probably 3 sizes too small.
And I
It's
can't
an
get a
extra
Gun Club
large.
shirt, and this fly-by-night detains Floyd the drunk, and he's going to get a shirt?
He wasn't even a real cop. He was just security.
I don't give a tinker's damn. What? I'm out. I'm out.
Bill, we do need to get you a shirt that just says "I'm out" because that's
I'm
you
out.
say it every episode. I'm so afraid you're not going to come back next week.
No, I told you 2 weeks. I'm out.
He's like, I'm done.
That fly-by-night, he goes, hey, I love the police. Here's a shirt. I saved his life 17 times in the ring. I made him look good all these years. You think I get a shirt? No.
He thanked you the Hall of Fame, though.
He did thank
No,
you.
he already has to thank me. He's written in blood
Hey, they didn't edit it out, though.
because they didn't know he was going to do it.
But it's still on the network.
Doesn't matter. Take it off.
Thanks.
So,
You've
I
ruined
got-
his night.
I gotta tell you, right, though, I mean, I understand where you guys coming from. Because, like, if I saw somebody and I'm dealing with it, I'd be like, hold on, you're going to just wait right there real quick while I go. Like, my dream, and this is never going to happen. So, like, if you're listening, I'm not going to pull somebody over.
How did we lose control of this whole show?
This is gone. But
This whole show went to wrestling.
But I would love to like to pull over like The Rock, or like Vince McMahon, or like Steve Austin, somebody, right? And just be like, hey, I'm gonna need you to sign, right? Now this almost kind of happened like years ago. One of the belt that I have, the first autograph I had, Jake the Snake Roberts, right? He was doing a show at a gym down in my old city, down in Coral Springs, and I had the belt with me. And I'm driving around, I see him smoking outside, and I'm like, hey, aren't you Jake Roberts? And he looks at me, because I'm in uniform, and he's like, I don't know if I should talk to you without a lawyer present. And I'm like, no, I'm just a fan, I promise. I'm like, but I am going to need you to sign that belt for me.
That's awesome.
But he was awesome, great guy. So, you know, and Bill, we've talked about it, right? We talked about it on here, you know, you get a fan come up, you know, you sign, take the picture, you leave the people alone. But you know, he was great. He was awesome. You know, he spent a few moments interacting with me, and you know, he went on his business. You know, and I think that's okay. I won't go up to somebody, obviously, if they're, you know, with their family, or you know, they're doing something that's their family time. I won't bother you. I will fangirl from afar, just like I did to Adam Cole and Britt Baker when I saw them at Disney. I fangirl from afar.
Do you know something that happened to me? It was really great with the wrestler.
What happened? You told Kurt Angle off, or your friend called?
Yeah, did I ever tell that on the air?
3 times. You
She's
literally
a
told that story.
About my friend,
3
the guy
times.
who's the best man
In
of my life.
Pittsburgh,
This is why
he's in a Chinese
It's a
restaurant.
Chinese restaurant.
He's in a
okay.
Chinese restaurant, and he says,
Give the belt back.
Bill, we lost full control of this episode. Full control of this
I
episode.
knew it. This is why I quit.
I did. Okay, I want to touch on one
How
thing before we
are
go.
you sending hand signals when I'm in the same room? You two are doing sign
We
language
already-
to each other. I'm in the same room.
We talk-
I've never seen 2 guys talk about so much different shit. When the 3rd guy's sitting there and looking around going, what the hell are they talking about?
We do it just to confuse you, Bill.
Well, it's working.
Casey, we
I
need
talked to
you.
myself the whole way home.
Okay, I got a question for you. I see. We have our Lion King stuff, but we're missing a character. Where's Timon?
Timon. Disney does not have any Timon because. So check this out. I went to Disney, right, and I said, "Hey, my wife loves Lion King. I love Lion King. Give me all the Lion King stuff." You know what they said? We have very limited Lion King stuff because the Broadway people own it. I said, "But don't you own it?" They said, "Well, we own it, but we let them do all the stuff with merch." I said, "Okay, great. How can I get merch?" "Oh, well, they don't really put a whole lot out." Well, that doesn't make any sense.
But you got Nala
They have-
and Simba and Pumbaa.
That's like from an artist. The sculptures from an artist. The Pumbaa plush is from Disney.
Is he
And I
the one
tried
that
to
makes the
get-
noise?
No,
Can you make the noise?
Billy still got
I
the one that
can't.
makes the noise.
does he?
Yeah, I see no Timon. I just think I'm offended.
I'm offended.
I'm offended because you have it in front of me, and I'm like, he's calling me fat.
I'm offended that this is a conversation. I'm so offended that we went
This
from
is such a-
wrestling to Disney to...
I mean, Bill, we could sing "Let It Go."
No, don't you mean the lion sleeps the night? That would be even better. And everybody, we are looking for a 3rd host because I think
The blood is forming in the back of my eyes.
The socks constricting, Bill. We were talking
the
about
tight socks.
the tight socks.
We're falling over.
They're gonna fall.
All right. I got a question.
All right, go ahead, Maury.
So, okay, so I was going to go back into wrestling. It's been a pretty heavy wrestling episode, but this happened today, and we talked about it last week. I think it'd be funny.
I got a question before you do it. I got a question.
Yeah.
Who's this guy, Allah? And what's he got against airplanes? Go ahead.
I don't know.
Hashtag here somewhere.
Yeah, I'm waiting for it.
Go ahead.
I don't have an answer.
No, continue with your.
Oh, okay. Well, you've ruined it, but.
I think more the fact that you want to talk about it.
All right, let's get out of wrestling. The MLB situation.
What MLB?
The Astros.
Jesus Christmas.
I'm a huge baseball fan.
I'm a huge baseball fan.
You're a huge baseball fan.
You listen to everybody who's talking about the game. Every star is going, these guys have screwed us. These guys have just changed the whole game.
Yeah.
So you're talking about Aaron Judge, who never says anything, right? He's kind of like the MLB poster boy.
Yeah, he's like the Sidney Crosby, the
he
John
got
Cena.
screwed because otherwise he was the MVP.
He was, yeah. Without a doubt. I mean, without a doubt.
All these guys who are doing all these things, you know, and now the Astros are coming up, and it's kind of like, all right, you know,
And the commissioner bleeds as yellow as a school bus. I mean, I can't believe that he's not doing anything. How about him calling their trophy a piece of metal? He should be fired.
But what do you do from here? Because now you have so many people trouncing the Houston and the organization. So no matter where those guys go, they're going to be not welcome in separate clothes. I mean, you got what's his name going, I want to kick the crap out of him.
Yeah.
Like I forget his name off the top of my head. The pitcher came and said, they come here, I'll kick the crap out of them.
Several players are saying that. They're saying they should be beaten.
So how do they get traded? How do they and it goes back to, you know, if you're a baseball historian, the Chicago Black Sox, right?
Yeah.
Shoeless Joe and all these guys,
this
the guys
is worse.
who didn't do anything were outlawed. So these guys are going to be outlawed, but how does the game progress from here? And then how do you expect people to take it seriously?
Yep.
Because you know as well as I do, baseball is going to continue.
Yeah.
And the game we play, they'll talk about it. They'll tell the announcers, stay away from it. And come playoff time again, this thing builds right back up because listen. You just didn't piss in their Cheerios with a medal or a trophy. You're talking about bonus money and things that happen here. You're talking about, listen, if I got a contract and I get a $200,000 bonus for getting into the postseason, and then my bonuses go up from there, and that guy just took it from me, we got a problem.
Vegas gambling?
Yeah, we got a problem.
So I'm just going to put
Pete Rose should be in the Hall of Fame.
So I'm just going to put my 2 cents in for just a second, real quick. Well, I don't want to say 2 cents, but I'm going to throw this out there. Let's just pretend for just a moment that one of us has no idea what the hell you're talking about.
They were stealing signals. So the thing in question is they put this unique thing together, touching buzzers and signals,
hitting trash cans,
giving signals away of what's coming to know what pitches, when to steal.
Okay.
So they were giving away defenses and all this stuff. This stuff's been going on for years, but these guys are actually admitting to it, saying we knew it was wrong
and kind of perfected it.
We should have stopped it, but we're so good at it. So, we didn't think we were hurting anybody.
So really what happened was, you know, a fastball comes, you want to hit that because you know you're going to line it out of the park. It's going to come right where it needs to go.
Okay.
But it's the other pitches that they were throwing them off on. So they'd hit a trash can if the pitcher gave a signal for like a changeup, which you don't know where that thing's going to go.
But the second baseman was wearing the SOS.
Yeah.
So they're in the other. Okay.
So the bells are going off. He's tapping his shirt.
So imagine if you know what kind of pitch is coming. A fastball, a slider.
You know when to lay off it. You know when it is.
Yeah.
But you go back and look at New England. This year they got in trouble again for taping another practice.
But does anybody New England?
This stuff goes on all the time. But
you know what I think is funny?
I've never heard a bunch of guys I'm sitting there going, well, these poor bastards from Houston, if they get traded wherever they go, people are saying you're not wanted in this locker room.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
That's huge. You know what I think is really funny? Of the 3 years they did it, they only won a championship once. So they had an advantage 3 years, and they couldn't.
And the terrible thing is that's the one guy's argument. Come on, guys, we didn't really affect the game that much.
Yeah,
that was the owner. The owner of the Astros said, "Well, that doesn't give them an advantage. If you know what pitch is coming, you got an advantage.
You have an advantage. But I think there are other ways to get advantages that are. Look, you're not treating, you're not trying. But there's other ways to do it that are not buzzing and SOS and all that kind of stuff. You know, I mean, look at the Moneyball, right? I mean, and I know zero about this topic, other than watching the movie, right? But I mean, you do your statistics, you do your research, you put a team together.
Yeah, but they weren't cheating.
No, but people thought they were cheating the system.
They like played the numbers game.
Right, but hey, you know what? You're smarter than the average bear.
But you know what? It just, as a baseball fan, it's disgusting feeling.
And then you got to tell the kids, you know, these kids I work with.
And
you
sit there work with kids
going,
who play.
Oh, Altuve, you know, all these things, and you want to go, take that shirt off. Take that shirt off. Yeah, but
Screw
coach,
him.
yeah, I get it. He's a good ball player because
he can listen to a trash can bang.
I'd be the best bowler in the country if you knew I had a guy kicking the pins down.
Can you bowl?
Yeah.
Can I bowl?
Oh yeah, we talked about this.
If there's a guy kicking the pins down, you get a 300 every
Crazy.
time.
I'm like Earl Anthony.
Yeah, we talked about this because you went bowling. You could.
Oh, I couldn't move for days.
We should go bowling.
We should. I can almost get to 100.
I can if the bumpers are up. I can absolutely.
My cousin's a pro bowler. I see him on TV every now and then.
Yeah, does he know?
Friend of the show. Yeah, he's the one who was on Facebook Live once with us.
Oh, the one time.
Yeah,
we did. Yeah, okay, got it.
We got to get that back next week.
Yeah,
we'll be on Facebook Live for 5 minutes.
Just so I got a guy that wants to come in and be part of the show. He's a voiceover actor. He's trying to break into the business. Retired cop. He told me a story today. He said he pulled over a car once, and the guy looked like it was they were like a werewolf, like the genetic thing where like the hair
wow.
Yeah, he said he hauled ass out of there so fast and never looked back. And then once he realized it was just a genetic disorder, kind of like your face,
Wow. Bill.
No, all I got out of that is you bring the fourth guy in, who's a voiceover guy.
He didn't even give me a secret signal behind your back.
He just looked at you right in the face and goes, I'm going to hit Bill with this one right now.
I'm going to hit Maury with it, too.
I don't know much about baseball, but I know about this one.
Well, guys, we had a great show with werewolves, baseball, Kevin Owens.
Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, Hulk Hogan.
And, of course, Disney. We talked about a little bit of everything on this show.
No, we didn't talk about nothing.
He went around in
We didn't get Bill's hashtag yet, but...
Why is he not on the planes?
It's there. It's there.
Does this have anything to do with Hulk Hogan?
For the two people that listen to this show because of me, they got my hashtag. They understood the hashtag.
Oh my God, I'm crying.
I'm going to do secret hashtags from now on.
Secret hashtag.
If you could decipher the hashtag, call in and Bill will travel
Where
to
are
your
they
house for a
gonna call,
WrestleMania party.
Maury, where are they going to call?
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, you don't have a phone number.
Hold
on. I'm going to give Maury's number right now.
Don't give my number.
I'm going to give Maury's number right now.
I will kill you.
I know you will, and this is going to be great. Maury's number. Oh, okay. Here we go. So I'm going to have you.
I'm just going to edit it out. I'm the one who. It's
oh
audio Maury.
Yeah, but
274 355. I'm not going to give you the last number.
Okay, there we go. Okay, I'll leave
process of elimination. Process of elimination. No, just look.
You know what's funny? Nobody's going to call, but it's going to be Bill who ends up calling me. Get your number off Twitter.
We should order 20 pizzas to Maury's house. Like he tried to get in the back. Oh, man. We're going to need to do dishes.
I don't even understand what's going on.
I don't know.
Lex Luger one time tried to pick me up for his finish. And I say tried to
the
pick
torture
me up.
rack?
Yeah. Working with
did
Lex
he do
Luger. Nope. Screaming into Bischoff's office. Me in tow. There's some of that for the wouldn't go up for my finish.
Did you sandbag him or?
And I stood there, Bischoff, listening to this whole thing, and Luger's like irate, spitting, foam at the mouth, throwing the big muscle temper tantrum, standing there. And he's yelling at Bischoff, and Bischoff looks at me. And Bischoff goes, well, I said, tell him to get a new finish if he can't do it.
How?
Bischoff looked at him, laughed at him, and said, you couldn't get him? He's supposed to happen! Get a new finish. I just stood there right in his face.
Was that early on? Was that like?
That was early on in my career.
Wow.
There, because he went in screaming and M and F me, and he's this. Who the hell do you think he is? He's got to help me get in my. You start lifting weights or get a new finish. You can't get me. You can't get me.
Was that your rule for anybody's finish? Like you weren't just gonna give them the free
If I
stuff?
didn't like you, especially
That's awesome.
I wasn't going for it. I wouldn't leave my feet for anybody.
Yeah, I mean, here Lex Luger's a cool guy. Now,
But I just
he's
looked
tough to
at
work
that.
with.
The funny part is we never saw eye to eye at all. I worked with him a couple times. He didn't like working with me because I just didn't gel well with him. I didn't play well with him. But then, as life takes you on those journeys, right, and all the things that have happened to him, and Lex and I have seen each other since then, and we have nothing but a laugh about, what we did years ago and stuff like that. So you never. And the good thing is, I don't hate anybody. I don't,
Yeah.
I have no ill will. I just remember those times, like, and I look at man to man. You're M&Fing me in front of my boss, calling me a lazy bastard. Well, then man up and be able to do your finish.
Yeah.
That's really what it came down to. And if you want to fight, let's fight. And, we'll get along afterwards. But,
Yeah.
I just looked at that picture. I'm going, I remember the time Luger was mad at me.
Yeah, 'cause they still got the WWE Network up, and Hulk Hogan did give him the finish in the picture on October 30th, 1995. He has him torture.
Oh, so they have the dates on all. So I may have to start looking into
Hey,
these
Lex
dates.
Luger's going to be on WrestleCon in New
Yeah.
Jersey. Yeah. That's right.
Yeah. There's really a whole bunch of guys I'm really excited to go
Yeah,
kind of
Zeus,
say hello
Honky
to.
Tonk Man, Hacksaw Jim Duggan,
Yeah.
Rock and Roll Express,
Yeah.
Larry Zbyszko.
Very cool, guys. Very cool. Well, Jimmy, what do you see? Get us out of here.
1 week left. I can't take this. This is a total. This was like a total kumbaya. I feel like this was a whole.
This is the first week Jimmy's been alive and not with the Cuernavaca virus in like 4 months. Or 4 weeks, I mean.
I didn't even know what to say to you two because you guys have conversations like 8 days a week
What's like,
over the thing, and I get here and all of a sudden the TV's on. It's tilted. It goes, all right, here's your segment, brother. Okay, brother. Thanks for reminding me, brother. Hey, brother. Oh yeah, Bill, check this out. Okay, brother. What do you think, brother?
well,
The
here's
Bully Twin.
kind
I was
of how it
thinking-
goes. We're like, what would Bill's reaction be with this? And then we get like a couple schoolgirls and we're like, should we tell him? And we're both like, hell no. We'll just go with it live.
That is not what
You
happens.
like the Hanson brothers in the hockey?
Oh, I thought you meant like the band.
I do
like
too.
the cute little kid with the
Bop, bop, bop,
keyboard.
bop.
Oh, no.
Well, if you're still with us, thank you. And it's been another great episode. Bill just took the headset off. The headset just went down. If you're not down with that, we got 2 words for you. Actually, 3 words for you. Happy birthday, Maury.
Oh, I love you, buddy. Thank
Yeah.
you.